Welcome to Really Raha, the podcast for women who know they're way too powerful to be stuck in a 9-to-5. I'm Raha, multi-six-figure high-ticket sales coach, PhD student in global leadership and change, and sponsored skateboarder. I went from serving tables and chasing tips to mastering high-ticket sales and building income streams that don't require me to trade hours for dollars. Here we talk about the real path into remote sales, landing aligned offers, closing with confidence, regulating your nervous system under pressure, and building a skill set that pays you from anywhere. This isn't bro sales. This is psychology, power, and feminine precision. If you're here, it's because you feel it. Freedom isn't optional for you. It's inevitable. Let's get into it. Hi, welcome back to the Really Raha podcast. I brought on another special guest today. I know I told you in the last episode that you were really going to be excited about this guest. So I brought on Raya, and I'm going to have Raya introduce herself. But Raya's journey, no matter where you are in your high ticket sales journey, there's so much that you're going to be able to grab from our conversation today. And I'm just so excited for this conversation, Raya. So I'll give you a moment to say hi. And if you just say how long we've known each other, how the journey started, where you are now, and then we'll just kind of go a little deeper there. But hi, Raya.
Hi. Yeah, so my name's Raya. I'm 19 years old and I live in Canada. I got 4 cats. I'm a big cat person. And I worked a 9-to-5 job and Raha had found me. And yeah, her finding me was the biggest blessing I could have ever found in my life. And now I'm actually part-time in my job. So it's really looking good on the other side. And I'm super excited. We've known each other for about 2.5 months now. And yeah, it just keeps getting better every time. So
it's so crazy. I keep tripping out over how it's only been 2.5 months because you started taking calls 4 weeks into training.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Because you're 19 years old, you've chosen this, you're all in on this, and you're just leveling up so much. Your journey is just phenomenal. So can you walk us through how that first week transpired into all these opportunities just pouring your way?
Yeah, it's actually crazy because when you found me and I got in and everything, I had 2 goals set in my head, and one was to work for you and the other one was to get on a podcast. And here I am accomplishing both of those goals that I put in my head, and I'm so beyond grateful. And yeah, when you asked me to take calls for you, the nerves really set in because it was wow, this is getting real. And yeah, it felt like such a big weight on my shoulders to be oh, I have to do this. But after I started taking those calls and really getting the hang of it and reviewing them with you, it just opened up a whole new opportunities for me. And I'm beyond grateful that you were Raya, let's do this. Let's get you on calls. You got it. And you had that trust in me when I didn't see that trust in myself. So yeah, I'm beyond grateful.
And you know what it was that did it, right? That made me want to reach out to you, to bring you into Radiance Room and to have you take my calls. You remember what moment it was?
I don't really know if I remember fully, but I know that I blew you away on my first mock call. And yeah, I kept blowing you away on each mock call. So I figured that that's what it was, but yeah.
And do you have sales experience? What was your experience coming into the program?
My experience was absolutely zero, completely zero. I had no idea how to sell. I had no idea what to say, what to do. And yeah, there's a lot of nerves around it. But it's so quick how I learned so fast. It's so weird how I learned so fast. And that's why you say you don't need any experience. And it makes total sense to me now because you really just have to give it your all and really dive deep into that framework. And yeah, it's amazing. Coming from zero to what I know now is completely crazy.
And not even needing a degree either.
No. I work at an eye clinic and just a 9-to-5. I didn't want to go to college. That was not for me. And yeah, the biggest blessing ever.
And, I mentioned if you remembered what moment it was. And I remember what moment it was. It was, the mock call, but also when I was like, you were doing a mock. And I just remember like just completely just like, I was like gone. I was like off of earth because your voice just serenaded me. And I was like,
Yeah.
Raya, like your voice is ASMR. Like I want to just like listen to it before bed. And I'm thinking right now as I'm talking that the listeners are probably going to be hearing your voice. Like, if you guys don't have headphones on right now, put some headphones on so you can truly get the experience. But it's just, it gets to be that easy. Like, you came in with no experience, but hey, we're women. Like, as women, we know how to have soft, gentle voices, manners. We're emotionally attuned. Everything else is just learning the skill set. And also, as we say, Raya, what is it 80 to 90% of?
Mindset.
So
Yeah.
tell me about that.
Yeah, like I've been through some ups and downs with that mindset work, but I think like having calls with you and Mike, like you guys just say such inspirational stuff. And like Mike said, like wishing for a finish line is basically wishing you were dead. Like that has stuck with me since he had said that. And like it really just it it's so weird because I had such a bad mindset before, and like now with just stopping and just switching and shifting, like it's all making sense to me now. And like I just have such better days. Like I wake up and like I'm like refreshed, like I'm happy, like I'm like ready to go. And like before, you couldn't even get me out of bed. And yeah, like it's such a transformation that I never thought I would see. And like actually seeing it in myself has like made me a better friend, made me a better partner, like better with family. Like, yeah, it's such a it's such a weird thing to experience, but it's amazing. And I'm glad that I'm here in this mindset now. You guys actually did save me from the mindset I was in. So yeah.
Yeah. I remember our sales call like it was yesterday. And I just remember you saying how much you just wanted to feel like happy. You just wanted to not be stressed out in like the fight or flight of your day to day. And it's like even going from full time to part time in the time that you've been in Revenue Room, I mean, it work just feels differently because you're coming to work now. And I remember saying that to you. I was like, just watch how it's just that job is just not going to make sense anymore. It's not even like this big like deal. It's just the way it's happening with you. It's like slowly you have a new dominant energy now. Like you're in the frequency and also being plugged into other women who are literally on the same journey. It's like, it makes sense. It's just slowly starting to get pushed out. And I remember it's like the fight or flight, like that feeling, it just makes us irritable. It makes us short. It makes us impatient. It gives us road rage. It makes us not enjoy the food that we're eating. Like the 9 to 5 mindset just programs us to be on that baseline. And you coming in here, it's like just watching that journey of you just settling into your feminine energy and just communicating in a whole new way. It's just, I think of the chat you said today on the call. You said, it's so crazy. What did you say? Do you remember?
I said it's so crazy how we're all here to learn a skill, but in actual real life, like we're actually all on this journey together to find like deeper alignment and to like actually learn about ourselves and like change our past selves. Like obviously we'll never forget our past selves, but like it's making us feel deeper alignment, feminine energy as well. Like yeah, but it's crazy how we came together for this one skill, but it's not just that one skill. It's a community, it's a family, and it's really finding out like who you are inside.
Yeah. And when we have people in our corners that have the belief system of the 2.0 version that we're stepping into, then it doesn't feel as lonely. Especially because, like, let me ask you, like, your partner, you probably had to, like, get him on board a little bit with you shifting into this. Can you walk us through what that was like and what the reaction was from your family in the physical world, even your mom?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, my boyfriend was the one who knew about it in the beginning, and I told him about it, and he wasn't on board like at all. Like it was a no-go thing, but like I had it so drilled into my head that this is what I wanted to do, that like nobody was stopping me out of it. And like, yeah, it was, what are you doing? Like But I didn't care. Like, I didn't care. Like, I just shoved it off. Like, no, this is what I'm doing. Like, you guys are going to watch and you're going to see. Like, you're going to see the transformation. And I didn't end up telling my mom for about the first month that I was in Revenue Room. But like once I did, I showed her our guided mock calls. I showed her you, like I showed her everything, the community, and she was so on board. Like I was in disbelief how on board she was. Like she was like, Raya, like if this makes you happy, if this is the path you want to go down, like you do it, and like you do it hard, like you put in that work. And I was like, yeah.
Wow. And you went about that exactly the way that it's supposed to, because it's so easy to share with someone right when we make a big decision and we don't even have anything to share with them yet. But a month in, it's like a month in you were taking calls. So you had a lot to show her to be like, hey, look, you probably even showed her like one of your calls or right. But having that evidence to show them, even your boyfriend, and then not just that, but like they're probably seeing a glow from you. They're probably like feeling your energy, and it puts them in a better position to see you in that. And then they get on board, because that's going to be different than what they thought at first. But you're building evidence for a new story for yourself, but also for the people around you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, like college was not my route. Like it wasn't where I wanted to be. I've never been a school person. So knowing that I didn't need any sales experience, any diploma, any training, nothing like that, it felt like a call for me to just like jump right in and like take this and run with it. If I'm willing and I'm able, I can do it. There's no limit on what you can't do if you want to do it.
If every woman in the world had your mindset, nobody would be working a 9 to 5. None of them would be working a 9 to 5. That's why it's like literally that mindset is why you're here right now. The mindset. You don't have anything else. You even said on the call the other day, it was one of our closer calls where we were doing a strategy call review of one of your calls. And at the end, we were like talking about our little surprise that we have coming up. And you were like, I think you were like, guys, I'm like tripping out right now because I literally live in like this small town in Alberta.
I know. It's crazy that a small town girl from Alberta that nobody's ever heard of is doing this right now. And yeah, I get to go on that surprise that you were talking about. And it's just like, oh, like it's just chills down my body. Like I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait, guys, I need a second to just think about what you just said.
Yeah. I literally saw your mouth drop. Like it wasn't even like it dropped. It was like, I can't even put it in words. It was like, is this real life kind of feeling?
Right. It didn't feel like, real.
And it's like, it's real. And I think you made it feel real by being her before you became her.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I've been saying this whole journey to you, like, wow, it just feels even more real. It just feels even more real. And it's true, because taking your calls, that was one thing that made it feel real. Actually getting people through and really getting them deeper into this space, like that felt more real too. Like making commissions off of that felt more real too. Like it was so much to wrap my head around in like such little time. And yeah, I'm just smiling from ear to ear for how happy I am.
And it's like the fact that it keeps getting better.
Yeah, right? Like, it doesn't stop.
No. And like, for example, we just launched the Revenue Room Lobby, which is the free community, free mini course part of Revenue Room, like literally touching Revenue Room. It's in the same space. And we have weekly calls in there now for anybody to join. You, the listener, if you wanted to ask Raya questions and come into the community, that's what she's going to be doing. So we have our first call with Abby this Monday. And then depending on how many women keep coming in and joining, it'll either be weekly, bi-weekly. So we're going to feel that out. But I was just telling Raya before the podcast, I love how I just keep coming to you with like a higher level opportunity that requires more leadership, more responsibility. And you're just like, yep. And I was talking to Abby before. It's like, the answer is yes. What's the question?
Yeah.
That type of energy.
Yeah. Honestly, I was so scared to jump right in. But once you really just like dive in, I'm ready for what you throw at me. It's like, okay, yeah, let's do it. I got it. Let's go. If I mess up, that's okay. I'm learning along the way still. Yeah, I'm all in.
And did you grow up a super like extroverted person? What was that like with your personality before getting into sales?
No, actually, I would describe myself as like not very much a people person, but I genuinely do actually helping people deep down. Like my whole life, I've had friends, but I've never been like the person to just go and make a new friend on the spot or something like that. I've never been that type of person, but yeah, this has changed my whole outlook, just giving people more time to explain their thoughts, their feelings, and really just take it all in for myself and, know how I can help them. And because they were in the same situation as me. So being able to just, get them out of that and make them feel better, I felt better, is such a goal that I have now. And yeah, if you would have asked me like 2 years ago, I would have been like, I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that you are the avatar of the calls that you're taking, I mean, that's literally why we teach the women in Revenue Room. And you've seen it. You start with your values. We help all of them start with your values. What do you love? What kind of, like, what would you be excited to sell? What would you wake up every morning, like, obsessed with? And it's going to be something that you have a story around. So when you speak to someone on the other side of the call and it's something that you've gone through, then that's why it feels so easy. And it's like, yeah, of course, learning the skill set, but it feels not a stretch to have a conversation like that because you were once that person too. And you're helping that person like, hey, look, I was here. Like literally 2 months ago, I was here. Here's what I did. Here's where the patterns are. Here's the limiting beliefs. And to be able to do that now and pass through calls, it's just incredible. Like that's the alignment of what high ticket sales gets to be. And I think so many women are in such a hustle and grind, even after they get into high ticket sales and they're like, oh my God, like, why can I not find an offer that resonates with me? And it's like, it's so important to not feel like you're going from one 9 to 5 to another.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really do agree with that. Cause like even when I came into this space, I didn't know what offer I wanted to maybe go on. And I was a medical esthetician. I did go to school for that, certified in that, but I didn't really know if that was the path I was willing to take. I didn't know if that was going to make me feel fulfilled and happy. And once I saw Abby doing like the high ticket sales, I was like, that's what I want to do. And yeah, I learned a bunch from her within my first 2 weeks, and it was amazing. Now I know that that is the offer that I want to take. That's the offer that I want to go with, and yeah, just really help other women see the other side. And yeah, because like, we're too hot to be stuck in a 9 to 5. Just like you said, we're too hot. So we gotta, yeah.
100%. And what was it like with the fear? Because obviously you probably experienced some fear because you didn't have any certainty of all of this. It was completely just betting on yourself. What was it like? What did you do to get yourself to just take that leap? You know you want it. And I know so many women are listening right now. They're like, I'm so close. I know I want to do this. I'm seeing it all over my Instagram feed. But it's like, there's that little gap where you have to believe in yourself before you see the evidence. Can you walk me through what that feeling was like for you, even on the sales call and you taking that leap?
Yeah. I feel like for me personally, for me to really get over that fear was to just go in and do it. Just go in and do it. And once you know that it's going to be okay, you're not scared anymore. Once you know that this is actually real and this is actually going to change your perspective on life, change your life in general, that fear slowly goes away. And yeah, I had some trouble with the mindset and I was doubting myself, but getting on calls with you guys and just talking to you about how I felt and what I was going through and like hearing your guys' responses. You're so supportive. You didn't doubt me one little bit. Like you just said, Raya, keep going. Raya, keep going. You got it. Keep going. And that is what really made me keep going and keep showing up every day. And eventually that fear just like came down.
And it's so crazy that even when you don't have the evidence, it gets to be as easy as just being plugged into a room that helps you keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, it really does.
Because that's it. I mean, that's why the people who are successful, that's how they get successful. It's just the people that didn't stop going. They just kept putting one foot in front of the other and making sure that you're feeling good while doing it. So that's why we do so much mindset and identity work, because in order for us to even learn the skill set of sales, we have to be feeling good. And especially with this framework, can you talk to us a little bit about what you love about the Radiance framework?
I love how it's like so easy to just have a conversation. You can have a conversation and it's just questions. You're ending it with questions. So you have a conversation with that person and then you end it with that question or vice versa. You can really mix and match it. And I've been learning where to like jump in it and go through it and really know where I'm taking that person as well and what they, need to see in order to change their story. So I love it. I think it's great. If you were to have a script, I feel like no. But like having this framework is such a deep rooted thing that you can do anything with it. Even in DMs, I have some people who I'm outreaching for the affiliate. And, sometimes it's not always sunshine and rainbows how we go through it. And learning that framework gives me the ability to be able to ask those questions and get a deeper response.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, did I go deep enough? And in order to know, did I go deep enough, you literally have to intuitively feel it. And that's why women are so good at selling, and it's a male dominated field. But we need more women in this field because of how good we are at being able to just notice, okay, I can skip. You're finding all the shortcuts in the Miro now, but it's all like a feeling of, okay, did I just ask a problem question or a desire question? Okay, how do I bring it back to where I want to go? How do I stay in this state? So being able to have that level of attunement to a conversation, it's like, yeah, that's why it feels so natural, because it's not like, oh, scripts focus on asking questions. Radiance Framework focuses on, did I get this checkpoint? And that could take one question. That could take two questions. You could have gotten two checkpoints in one question. So we're not going to cook the person by asking another question. So I love that you said that, because it's like, it meets women where they are, but also it works for women and men because it's NLP. It's sales psychology, it's human psychology. And it's what I'm writing about in my dissertation. I'm so obsessed with it. So it's being able to have something that actually fits with this day and age, because remote high ticket sales is only going to keep booming. Every day, there's a new coach on Instagram that needs sales reps to close her deals for. And we get to just keep moving in that trajectory. And if we stop, then we're going to get run over. So it's like, we might as well just keep going and keep feeling good while we're doing it and learn a high income skill set in the process.
Yeah, exactly. It is very fast paced, high paced. You're constantly, moving with these people and getting those responses and getting on calls. But it's so nice that like this can actually be like your job. You could take like 5 calls a day or more. It really is all up to you. And that was another thing that I loved about it as well, is like being able to set your own schedule. That was such a big thing in my head that I was like, this needs to happen for me. And I get that freedom now, having, going down to part-time and having those days off. I get to set what I get to do for those days off. And like, then I take calls in between. And yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Can you tell us about how that's set up for you? How are you able to just have such flexibility in when you take calls?
Yeah, so I usually just do like a couple. I have my slow mornings now on my days off. I have a couple hours to myself for me and my cats. And yeah, and then I usually have it open during the day from around like 12 till 4 or 5. And I even have some night times as well to, really accommodate those people who need it, since it is international as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything that like I have that day, I can just plug it into my calendar, and then I know that I can't take a call that time. And like, that's me setting my schedule around my calls. And it's such a beautiful thing when I think about it. Or if it's like, oh no, something came up as well, like I can just plug it in there, and then now that's for me. And yeah.
And the fact that it's international, because that's what's beautiful about remote high ticket sales. You're literally in Canada. Like, Mike and I had to learn how to pay you internationally, which is so freaking cool, because that's what our offer owners do everywhere. It doesn't matter what country you are. To be able to have, it's just amazing. And, can you talk to us a little bit about what that feeling was like? I mean, do you remember the day when you got your first commission?
I did. You FaceTimed me right after, and I literally I actually cried after we got off, because I was in such like disbelief that had just happened to me, and like I just got my first commission. And like I said, that made it feel even more real. I was overwhelmed with happiness, gratitude, and I was so emotional. And that really just lit a fire under me as well, because it's like, wow, I took a call and I made money off of it. Like, what? It's so crazy. Yeah. And then I just made another one. And when I got those payments, I was like, oh my God. It's like, no way. But yeah, it's just such a blessing, honestly.
Can you talk about what that first day was like, or that first week was like when you got those no-shows, by the way?
Yeah, I had 4 calls lined up and all 4 of them were no-shows. That was really discouraging, but I just kept going. I knew that there was gonna be more. I knew I was gonna get my chance, and I finally did, and, like, taking that first call was so nerve-wracking, but I passed her through and, she felt my energy, I felt her energy, and we were on that same level, and yeah, it was such an amazing thing to experience, really, when I think back to it. But yeah, like having those 4 no-show calls at the start was really tough, but like as long as I kept powering through it, I knew I was going to be okay.
Yeah, because for what it made of you, having to go through that, being able to come back from that and come to the baseline faster, because sometimes you'll have a no-show and then you have a call and then they show up to the call. So it's like being able to just like all the nervous system techniques, like all the identity techniques we do of like snap, lock in, snap, lock in. Okay, let that fall. I'll come back to that later, put a pin in that. But being able to just lock in to who's in front of you no matter what. I mean, that is such a valuable life skill set to have, because even in our physical world, if something pisses us off, if someone cuts us off while we're driving, nope, not going to let that come in. And I'm just setting an intention for how I want my energy to be. So have you seen that in action in your actual physical life as well, outside of closing?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I thought I wasn't gonna notice, but I definitely have noticed. Yeah, if I get mad or if something doesn't go my way or like I'm just not feeling it, within like an hour or two, I'm back to how I was. And it's just I have to really walk through it in my head. I have to be like, no, it's okay, and I gotta just keep telling myself that. And when you tell yourself that like enough times and to keep pushing and to keep going, you aren't even in that mood anymore. Like, you think it doesn't work, but then, like, it's like, "Oh, I'm happy again. When
Yeah.
did that happen?" But, yeah, like, I definitely have seen it a lot, even at work too. Yeah, it's really crazy how that works. But it does work.
It is, because it's kind of like when we have a big enough why, then we're not going to let anything take our energy away. It literally makes no sense. And that's why we say to be in high ticket sales. And you say this to the women that you take calls with, like, you need that I'm done moment. Because that I'm done moment is going to be the fire that lights you up the entire time. Because without that fire, you're not going to have a big enough why to no, nope, I'm not letting this take my energy. Because it would be really easy in the past, and it has been before having
Yeah.
something so big, to be like, oh my God, I'm just going to let this take my energy. And then we're just gone for like a week, just mad about something, holding on to something. But now being able to learn how to let go, not take things personally, not make it about us, we gain so much energy by not letting that absorb.
Yeah. Yeah. I've 100% noticed that. I've had a couple calls where, some things haven't went right my way, and I feel bad in the moment. I feel discouraged, but within like the hour or the next day, I'm back to it because I got more calls to take, and I'm not taking that energy that I had with me.
Yeah. Yeah. And it would literally make no sense to do that, because it's not even to another call, but to the people in your life. It's like, wait, we don't want to exude this energy, period, so that we can have the congruency of all the rooms. So all the rooms get this version of you. But having that skill set, it's like you have that for life now. And that's emotional regulation. To be a rep, we need to be emotionally regulated. We need to be able to, hey, if I wake up and I get a text and a friend just really pissed me off, we got to learn how to, nope, I'm not letting that get in the way of my day full of calls. Just little things like that. It makes us mentally tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Even not even the calls for me as well, even just being grateful for today and what I could do today, because I know there's a lot of people who, wish they could be able to do some things, run, walk or something, and like I get to be able to do that. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that to my fullest ability because I'm able. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
just I just want to take that happiness with me.
Yeah. And even just during your time in Revenue Room, what's been your favorite part so far? There's so many aspects to it.
I think my favorite part so far is getting on a call with when we have our closer calls as well. Like I think those are so full of joy and we're so unserious as well, and I love it. It's such a different side to it cuz I love our mock calls, I love our strategy calls, and but like really having those deep calls with just us as well, it brings out a side of me that is funny, happy. I just get to just be me as well. And it really brings me, it's like the best part of my day. Even if I did have a bad day, I get on that call and I'm still smiling. I'm still happy because it's such a good group of girls to be around that, yeah. And like them having the same mindset as me too. It's such a relief. It feels like that weight is just gone. I don't have to, nobody outside of this has to understand what I'm doing. You know, they don't have to be on board with it. As long as these girls know, then we're good.
Yeah. And what I heard from what you said is you don't have to wear a mask.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. And I don't even wear a mask for people who ask me what I'm doing now. I tell them straight up, this is what I'm doing. This is how I do it. And I love it. And they can tell me, oh, that's a bad route. They can tell me that's not true. Like, and I don't care because it's working for me. I'm in it. I'm the one doing it. So you guys can say what you want, but
And it's like
yeah.
that's the level of unbotheredness that you get to build with the things that you do. It's like, nope, I'm owning this part about me. This is my journey. This is my belief system. Just having that level of nonchalant.
Nonchalant. Yeah.
It's like, you're just totally nonchalant. Like, yep, I'm not leaking my energy for you. Okay, that's your opinion. Go about my day. You're just moving so much slower and matter of fact. It's not like we're
Yep.
taking things personally anymore. And it was myself included, like before I got into high tech sales, even in the beginning, it's so easy to take things personally from people because you think that you need their approval. But then once you build yourself and you're betting on yourself and you don't need anyone to like, oh, I need to request time off work here. It's like you're at the mercy of someone else. And the less that you do that and the more that you fill yourself up with not having to do that, it's like, wait, I only need me now.
Yeah. That's actually is so funny that you bring that up as well because I remember, I don't know if you remember, but I remember telling you when I first started, I don't even think I was taking your calls yet. But my sister, her partner, didn't believe in any of this. He didn't believe a single word that came out of my mouth or what I was saying. And, you know, he told me it was a pyramid scheme. But I looked at him and I said, well, what's a pyramid scheme? Because you're working for someone who's higher than you and they're making all the money and you're making minimum, like not minimum wage, but you're making, you know, an hourly rate. So like that's a pyramid scheme right there. And it's actually so funny because I went and visited them the other week and he wants to get into it now.
Wow.
Because of everything I've been telling him. Yeah. And he asked me like, what can all go on?
Oh my God. And I love guys, like listeners. This is why the framework that we use is questions based, because all you literally said is, what is this pyramid scheme? Because so often people are stuck in their limiting beliefs. They're just saying something on autopilot. But the moment they get asked that question, they look inward and they're like, wait, oh my God, I see the 9 to 5 is a pyramid scheme. You could say college is a scam. When people start to wake up and they look at their current situation and what society has said, this is the normal route. Of course, people are going to feel different about things that stray off that course because that's dangerous, because it goes against everything we've ever learned. And the fact that he's now on board with it because he sees the evidence now. You're living the evidence. You didn't prove anything to him. You're like unbothered, but now he's seeing you, and that's how it happens.
Yeah. And it's so funny. It's like a moment where I get to be like, I told you so. And I'm going to take it as that because we do bicker a little bit. But yeah, like it's so nice also just like helping people see the red pill world as well, because I had no idea how powerful that was when I came into here. But I knew that my life wasn't going to be a 9 to 5. I knew I needed a way out and I was determined to make that happen. But, you know, some people, they want that, but they just don't know how to go about it and how to get it. And, they just think that there's too much going on and they'll never learn it. But that's not the case. The case is actually like, you get in here, you do your best, you put in all your energy, and you come out succeeding. You come out a higher version of yourself, that 2.0 version. You look back to where you are and you can't even believe what you were doing.
I'm
And
like
yeah.
mesmerized by your talking right now. Because I don't think I could have said that better myself. I think a lot of women, they get in their heads about like, oh my God, what if it doesn't work? What if this? What if this? And you lose sight of the whole reason why you want to do this in the first place. And it's kind of like what we talk about in the framework. It's like, only you know what the higher cost is. Is it more scary to bet on yourself and to just see what happens, or to keep living the life that you're living right now with no exit? Being in a 9 to 5 until you're 65 years old, that is my fucking nightmare. And I think I've said fuck like 2 times ever on this entire podcast series, because I'm like, oh, I got to mark it explicit now. But I really wanted to say that for emphasis, that is my nightmare. Like, I don't want to look back on my life and realize that I was just in this whirlwind and I just lost my life. My life was someone else's. And being able to take that back, like, this is why you have to get mad. You have to literally be mad that this is your life. Like, why not just go all in?
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to walk away from the experience any less than what you're feeling right now.
Yeah. Yeah, like betting on myself was so scary. It wasn't a leap that I didn't know if I was ready to take or not. And I didn't have the money to be in revenue room either. I didn't have that on me. But when you said getting resourceful, I knew that in my mind, I was mapping it out in my mind when we were on the call. And I was like, how can I actually make this work? And like, I have made it work. And now look where I am. Like, if I told you no on that call, like, I would still be in the same position, betting on myself and taking that leap and getting resourceful. But now this is what I get to look forward to, is this new version of my life.
Yeah. Yeah. And, if you had to just say one nugget to the listener, the one who's on the fence, the one who's listening, and she's like, I want this life so bad, but I'm a little scared. What would you say to her right now in her ear?
I would say, yeah, it's going to be scary. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of doubt and fear. But as long as you put your head down and you work hard and you have that why, you are going to succeed no matter what. Because you are.
Yeah. So good. And for those of you who don't know, and I said this a little bit before, but Raya is in the Revenue Room lobby for you. And so if you're like, I just want to dip my toes in, I don't know if I want to invest yet, you're still in this pre-awareness, come into the lobby. I literally launched it for this reason. So there's going to be Q&A calls in there where you can connect with Raya live, and only the women inside there can do that. So I'm going to put that link in the show notes. And I'm also going to put DM me. If you want to hop on a one-on-one with Raya, I brought these girls in to take my call so that they could help you. This is not a sales call. This is purely to give to you, empower you, melt your mind a little bit with some blue pill limiting beliefs that might be floating around in there. So send us a DM, say, hey, I just listened to your podcast with Raya. I want to get on a free 15-minute strategy call with her. That is literally why we're here. This is so mission-led for us because, like Raya said and like I said, these are your prime years. You are way too hot to be slaving away in a 9 to 5, building someone else's dream, and just being complacent, being on autopilot, watching time go by faster and faster. Let pattern interrupt your life. That's why it's called the rat race. If you don't do something to just jump out, you're just going to stay in the complacency of the pattern. So this has been so fun. I mean, this was just so easy to talk to you because all we did was talk about your day to day and what your journey was like. And I hope you, the listener, were able to take something with you. And I'm curious, Raya, is there anything else that you want to say or bring up before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I just want to say to everybody who's listening that like it is possible. It is possible to, change your life for the better. It is possible to get everything you dreamed of. It is possible to be in this room that we're all in right now. And like I keep in mind, like I had 2 goals, and one of that goal was to take calls for Rahoff and to get on a podcast with Rahoff. And 2.5 months in, both of those goals are completed. So, like, I know if any doubt enters your mind, just immediately switch it, and know that you can do this and it is possible. So, yeah.
You got to set new goals now, Raya. You're out
I
of goals.
I do. My goal is to become the best closer ever.
I love it. Well, seeing how magical you already are with setting those goals and intentions, just wait. I mean, just wait. And the listeners can also see this journey from this podcast and watching your journey too. This has been so much fun having you on here, Raya. Thank you for taking time to talk to us, to inspire us, to share a 19-year-old woman's perspective from a small town in Alberta. Like, if you could do it, anybody could do it with the hunger and commitment. That's it. Like, those are the necessary ingredients of like just being hungry. So thank you for showing us what's possible when you have that drive.
Yes. And thank you very much for getting me on this podcast and being able to talk to you and talk to everybody who's listening. This is honestly a dream come true for me. I'm so happy right now. And yeah, I'm living proof of it's possible. So everybody keep pushing.
Yay! Well, I hope we see you guys in the lobby. Like, Raya's in there. Come say hi to her. I'll put a link in the show notes. It's literally completely free. No strings attached. Just come in there and just feel the frequency of what it's like to be in a sales training program. You'll have a little bit of sneak peeks all around you, and there's a full mini course in there for you too. It's nonchalantly, there's a full mini course in there. But I'll put the link in there so you guys can connect deeper. And I will see you next Tuesday on our next episode. Bye.
Right. Bye.
If this episode resonated with you, if something clicked, stretched you, or made you see what's possible, share it and tag me on Instagram at Radiant Rahoff so I can hype you up properly. And if you haven't already, subscribe and leave a 5-star review so more women who are ready to step into high-ticket sales and reclaim their freedom can find this space. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited for you already. See you next Tuesday.